Yo, 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 yo. Welcome to the ShoeBox Podcast. We're here with another episode, episode 12. Again, welcome to the ShoeBox Podcast, where we unpack sports, life, and everything in between. We ain't got no scripts, no filters, just real stories with real takes that make the moments that we stash away like memories in a shoebox. You're looking at your host here, Bank. We're going to go ahead and put my co-host up there, Buck up there. What's going on with you, Buck? Say what's up to the people, man.
What's happening? Long time no see.
Long time no see y'all. Been a little minute, but we back here. We've missed a lot. We not gonna unpack everything that's been going on, but we're gonna give y'all just a little rundown of everything that's been going on. So, Buck, tell us about the inspiration for your background, because we know how special that your backgrounds can be. So,
Ha,
what's today represent?
today represents fire sales, cooking in the kitchen, water whipping with your boy, Trap House God 3, to be exact. It's a lot of stuff cooking up, man. I know you smell it in the air.
We got a lot to cook up. We got a nice full episode, plenty of sports. Some stuff we may get to, some stuff we might not. But you ready to go ahead and start off in the college world, get on to that national football? Let's go ahead and get down to it. So that national championship, number one IU down there or up here in Indiana versus number 10 IU Miami, excuse me. IU got the dub to win their first national championship in a very long time in school's history. Now I'm not the college buff on this sports channel here, but my co-host, that's why we got him. So Buck, tell us about this.
Uh, it was everything we thought it was gonna be. It was a great game. Nobody really had the edge over anybody. It was defense. It was definitely the coaches put their mark on the game. But man, shout out to IU, Bloomington, 16-0, first time champs. Curcinetti, Mendoza, Pons, Becker. Man, I could just keep going on, man. I mean, like this is an American dream, if you would say. This is what you read about in books and what you hear fairy tales. Man, this is so surreal for this, not just for Indiana, but like small schools now having hope that they could possibly, schools that haven't been
Yeah.
relevant in the past so and so years. But man, Curcinetti, man, that staff, man, the guys, all of them, everybody down to the staff, the medical staff. It was beautiful, man. It was one of them years that you'll probably never see again. It was
For sure.
definitely gonna be a documentary about this. And shout out to our city and our state, Indiana, Indianapolis, Bloomington, man, IU, man. You know what it is, man. Big Ten. Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, shout out to IU. It was a good game, good fought game. Mendoza, great quarterback. You're looking at the number one pick in the draft. Never would have thought that IU would be good at football. It's definitely a
That
surprising
is crazy.
Cinderella story, especially to go 16-0, not lose a game. That's
Person
definitely a story, a season for the record books.
Personetti, man, he changed the culture. He changed that office, man. He came in with a different bravado, man, and he left. Like I said, he left his mark, man. They can go ahead and start setting up the statue now. He's gonna be forever and is cemented into this state and IU as a legend, man. I mean, like culture changer. I hope a lot of coaches around, not just in football or in college, but in professional sports as well, take a page out of Curcinetti's book. Change the culture. Don't let nobody put you in a box. Don't let nobody doubt you. You know who you are. Go out and execute and get the guys that follow the vision, man. Because not to have a five-star recruit on your team and everybody says, oh,
Yeah,
they were older. Well, they was old enough to still play in college. Hell, Becker was Carson Beck on IU. I mean, not IU, but on Miami.
Miami. Yeah.
27, about to be 28.
About 26. He an older player. I mean, that's how they do it nowadays with these older players, with these NIL deals and everything. But still, you got to go out there and play and be successful on the field. And that's what they did. 16-0. There's not too many teams that go perfect You know what I'm saying? Like didn't lose a game. Do
Yeah,
you? I don't expect them to be number one next year. I expect them to probably be at least top five.
yeah,
You
sure.
know,
I'm not gonna
you
pressure to come back and do back to back titles. Like that's damn near unheard of.
nah. That's pretty rough to ask for.
Yeah, but we gonna keep the vision, and I believe, like you said, well, it's basically top five team, and it's gonna be a team you're gonna have to watch out for.
Definitely. But like to go back to your point you said earlier, IU winning, it shows that you don't have to be a SEC team to win a
Hmm.
national championship. You can go to pretty much every school out there and be successful. With all this NIL and schools being able to pay the players now, so they'll be able to go everywhere and anywhere instead of just these specific schools and teams and things of that nature.
Yeah, yeah, it ain't no more going to Alabama. Everybody go to Georgia. Them days is over. They breaking that. The NIL deals kind of broke it. You see some people, some coaches started to back off. The people don't have that pool no more. Power poles have shifted. So it can happen. It can happen anywhere. You get the right type of guys, y'all get the vision and y'all lock in. Anything's possible.
For sure, nowadays, for sure. Now, to keep it in the football realm, we're gonna go over to the NFL, and we're gonna speak on the first game. What's trying to get the first game? So, Super Bowl's coming up next week, people. So we're gonna get to that. But the two teams that got to the Super Bowl, they had to play a game before they got there. And on the NFC side, we've got the Seahawks who defeated the Rams 31-27 at home to reach the Super Bowl. And then on the other side in the AFC, we had the Patriots beating Denver. As you can see, the game started with good weather, and by the time the final buzzer went, we had some snow. So that ends with the Patriots and the Seahawks in Super Bowl 60. This is a monumental Super Bowl because it is Super Bowl 60 down there in San Francisco. My prediction is definitely that the Seahawks go down there, revenge themselves of that loss about 10 years ago, back in 2015, 2016, when they lost and didn't give Marshawn the ball. So, Buck, what is your prediction? I'm going with the Seahawks.
Seahawks, I can see why they got great defense. Uh, just like I said when it came down to IU and the Hurricanes, I don't just like I didn't trust Carson Beck. I don't trust Sam Darnold. I'm sorry,
Oh, wow.
cool, but he's Drake
You
May.
still don't believe in him? I don't understand
Drake,
why.
Drake
He's
May, the MVP. Drake May. I'm telling you, the Patriots. I'm telling you, the Patriots is going to be they're going to be complete. But I don't put nothing past Sam. The only reason why I won't go with Seahawks, I like their run game, I like their defense. I do not trust Sam Darnold. And when I've seen him from previous years and how his career had turned out, hell, let's just talk about last year when he was in the playoffs, couldn't throw the ball he couldn't throw a rock in the ocean and was
he's
in.
been good this season though. This
Yeah,
postseason he ain't looked like the last one.
yeah, that's because he had a better team. They cover up your flaws, but like I said, I'm going
Perhaps.
Patriots on this one. I just feel like
Patriots. Wow.
they got something going on special, and they ain't gonna bow down. They ain't gonna bow down. They got a couple.
That Seahawks defense though
Yeah,
is
you
elite, and I think that's
got
gonna lead them
quarterback
to the win.
injured, so you got Drake May with a shoulder and a oblique for Sam Darnold. So we're gonna see the first person to get hit and gets back up, and we gonna start seeing it from there on out. Because I guarantee you, both coaches are gonna tell him to go ahead and touch him, hit him, knock him on his ass. Well,
All right.
I don't even care if you have to take a flag. Let them know we are coming. So you gotta make that statement, and whoever can take the most is gonna take. It's gonna take this dub.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be a defensive game. Two elite defenses against each other. Against, I'm gonna give the MVP to Drake May. He took his team to the Super Bowl. Stafford didn't make it, and I wouldn't say I don't trust Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold doesn't have to do nothing extra to win the game. Just don't fuck it up. Just don't throw interceptions. Just don't fumble the ball. Certain stuff like that. You don't do that, and with the defense that they got, I'm gonna take Seattle. Low scoring game though, but Seattle.
Mm-hmm. Ah,
Yeah.
yeah. But it's gonna be a good game for sure. It's definitely gonna be a good game. I can tell.
Definitely. Bad Bunny will be the halftime show. How you feel about Bad Bunny? You liking that pick for the halftime show, or
Listen to that
is
nigga.
you going to the snack bar and going to grab some drinks?
Does anybody in the NFL look at? I mean, I guess they got to get the hottest people, but come on, NFL. What are we talking about? Play some shit that the game of it's football out here. Let's get something
I
to.
mean, they trying to be global and reach everybody, but I think it's
I
gonna
don't
be
know.
hella memes,
Damn
hella
bad.
everybody gonna be on X going back and forth talking about what are we listening to, what is he
I
saying, we don't even understand. So it's gonna be a bunch of that.
I'm not listening to no nigga that calls himself Bad Bunny.
I've never listened to nothing that he's sang or rapped or whatever
It ain't got
because obviously he's a Spanish speaking
trash.
singer. So yeah.
Man, that's
I mean, I
trash.
wouldn't say he trash. He got Grammy nominated. This, that. He's known
Trash.
everywhere. I don't know. I just don't listen to him because he sings in Spanish, so it doesn't help me to listen to it if I don't know
Bad move,
Spanish.
Super Bowl. We could have had anybody in the world, but you picked a man that calls himself Bad Bunny.
To each his own. Speaking of each his own, we're gonna go over to the basketball realm. We're gonna talk about my guy LeBron James.
LeBron.
LeBron is in his 23rd year. If I can bring it up. All right. LeBron's in his 23rd year, and he just got his 22nd All-Star appearance today. As you guys see on the screen, he will be wearing this patch that represents his 23rd year in the NBA. The stripes are the different colors of the teams that he participated on, and as we all know, um, the symbol is him throwing up the powder. So how do you feel about him getting the patch and being the first player in NBA history to have 22 All-Star appearances?
I mean, he's better. He got the longevity. He took care of himself. He took care of his body. I don't know why a lot of his teammates in the past or just athletes in general could follow the LeBron James protocol on just keeping your body together, keeping your appetite right, getting that longevity, getting the most out of your body. I mean, that can just be copied in every and any sport. Hell, in your lifestyle. So I commend him on that for being an Iron Man. He's really never had any significant injuries. So, shout outs to him. And yeah, he got his 23 20 year 22 it says what is it 22 or 23 all time
23 years.
all star
He's been in the league for 23 years, but he had 22 All-Stars. He didn't make it one year.
his 22nd all-star appearance. I think he's brought in as a reserve. Also Kawhi
Indeed.
and as well just previously Adam Silver has put that out there just so anybody didn't know, but yeah, we all
Yeah,
know.
how you feel about that? That just actually happened. How you feel about that? Why
I
are we adding people to
I
that?
have to say, if anybody's been watching Kawhi Leonard, he's been on a tear lately. His
He
numbers are
has.
he's playing like his old self. He's looking very dangerous. But right now I believe his team is a playing team. If I'm not
Yeah.
so, you know how that goes. But he's
We're gonna get into more of that
I hate
later.
to say, it, but his numbers have been a little bit better than LeBron's. So he had
Yeah.
handle though. He had that little incident with the Steve Ballmer and the aspiration thing. So that probably kind of
Hmm.
stuck. Adam Silver knew what was going on, so he and plugged him back in. So yeah, but shout outs to Kawhi though. Kawhi making a comeback in. I'm telling y'all, man, nobody ever wants to see a healthy Kawhi, but how long will he be healthy is the question.
We don't know that, and that's always the question with Kawhi is how long can he be healthy? So moving on from LeBron, we're gonna go ahead and get over to the players of this week. And the players of this week are we got Luca Magic on the west side, and we got Emmanuel Quickly on the east.
Mm.
You've got Luca has been averaging 34 points per game with 11 rebounds and 10 assists. They are 2-1 as of that week, last week. And the Raptors were 4-0 this week with Emmanuel Quickly averaging 25 points 7 rebounds, shooting 61%. So, Buck, how you feel about those players of the week?
Man, Luka Doncic has been on a tear this whole season. I mean, I think he's like you can tell he's got more comfortable, even though the team needs a little bit of weakness because they need a little bit more defense in the middle. But Luka has been on a tear, and I mean, what more could you expect from him? You know what I'm saying? I think he's also jumped it up a little bit. He's doing better on defense. He's also grabbing more boards. He's starting to trust the pass a little bit, but that team is still not all the way altered to him as in a custom fitting set. But we'll see after this trade deadline. But back to Emmanuel quickly though, over on the East Coast, Eastern Conference. I mean, man, if I know a lot of people don't get to see the Raptors, but the Raptors have been doing good. They they got some nice little pieces. They got Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, R.J. Barrett. I would love to see them make a move in the trade deadline to go ahead and cement that roster and turn something for the state, the country of Canada. See, go ahead and see them Raptors back in the playoffs because it's easy to get it back up there in the East, man. It's easy to get it back up there. And if anybody can do it, they can do it. They had the pieces. Um, Emmanuel quickly, which I also is another name to watch out for because he possibly might be traded.
It's a possibility. Never know. Everybody's open for business. The Raptors are currently fourth in the East, and the Lakers are currently sixth in the West. So, the Raptors are only about 2 games out of second, so they can go. They are actually rumored to try to get Sabonis. So we're gonna get into that when we get to the trade section of this show. And so why not get to it, right? That's what we're here for. We're here for the trade deadlines. Coming up this Thursday. Let's get us back on the screen. There we go. Trade deadline, NBA coming up this Thursday. Today is Tuesday, right? Bucks got the chef up there. There's been a couple trades that's already been cooking and ready to go. About a week or so ago, we had the first trade that's made its way to our headline, and that was the Trey Young trade. Trey Young was traded for C.J. McCollum, Malachi Braham, Anthony Gill, and we got some first round draft pick swaps. Um, my opinion on this trade is, I don't know. Trey Young going over to the Washington Wizards. The Wizards have never been good, and the Atlanta is basically rebuilding. So I mean, it's just kind of swapping players out. That's all I really got to say
Huh.
about this
It's
one.
hold on. It was a salary dump on Atlanta's behalf because they got to pay that boy Johnson, and I
That
get
too.
if you really want to be honest, when they had Trey Young, they were losing. When he got out with that first time with the injury, they start winning and went on a winning streak, started to move up. Same thing came back, had more complications, was losing, set him back down. Good thing about it is he's gonna go off and go get his money. They're off of his books. They got young talent there. They got a veteran in C.J. McCollum. It's going to teach these guys where to be, how to be. I think they're still looking for one more move before the trade deadline. If not, it's going to be a big offseason for them because I know they're trying to acquire a center. Um, uh, like I
You
said,
talking about Atlanta?
Atlanta, yeah, they had to get off of that
Okay.
Trae Young. He didn't fit the. It didn't fit the. He doesn't fit the roster anymore. They're moving in a new direction. Now Washington has a star now in the nation's capital. So now they can go out there and they got somebody. I don't. I will not. I will say this: they might not play Trae Young this rest of the season because of the picks and the picks that they're trying to get and how they're
Yeah.
get themselves positioned, but they will be big players in the offseason with almost $80 million worth of cap space. Now, I believe Trae Young might take a little bit of that, probably 20%. But man, when you got that and you have the youngsters that you have, Star and those guys, they will be out there fishing. And I say Washington might be on the come up next year, depending on how they move.
Yeah, depending on what other players they get, they can definitely, be a better team than what they have been. Atlanta's, like you said, salary dump. They still got probably going to try to get Porzingis out of there. So basically, with that trade, this is the roster: C.J. McCollum, Dyson Daniels, the first round pick, Rushire, Jalen Johnson, and O'Connell
That's almost
on it.
a three and D's. That's a team full. You say I'm tall, man. Look at it from
Essentially.
two all the way down to the five. Yeah, God, that's a lot of defense. That's a lot of wingspan right there, boy. That's a lot of
And
defense.
that's kind of where the NBA is going. A lot of 3 and D from 1 through 5, pretty much.
Yeah,
And then over on the Washington Wizards side, for right now, you got Trey Young, Trey Johnson, their other pick that they got, Bial. I'm not going to pronounce his last name rather. Chris Middleton, and their other first round pick, Alex Sarr. What you
Mike
think about this
Middleton
squad?
bought out. He might get bought out too after the trade deadline because they're.
Probably so.
I think Chris Middleton might be out of the league next year. Honestly, so take him off air because Washington is going. Like I said, they're gonna be shopping. They're gonna be
Damn
shopping.
near. Yeah, they get them a big man like a DeAndre Ayton at least, and move
And big,
Sarr to the 4.
I mean, Star could be your five. Honestly,
Mm.
he is the five, but
I mean,
he.
he is the 5, but I mean, I move him. Chris Middleton, get up out of here, move him to the 4, get you a DeAndre. It kind of fits with that. I'm not really familiar with the Wizards, so I don't know how Trey Johnson plays. I don't know how Bial plays. Um, I heard Alex Sarr is not living up to what his potential was supposed to be, so they got to get some free agents in there
Yeah, somebody would love to play with Trey Young.
for sure. And
Yeah,
so, speaking of trades, the first trade that hit our phones today was the Triple J trade. Triple J was traded to the Utah Jazz for Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, and George Yang, and 3 first-round picks. The Jazz get Triple J, John Kosher, and Vincent Williams Jr. Pair Triple J with Wesley Kessler. What's the other dude name? Wesley
West
Kessler.
Laurie Marketing, Keontae George. Um, I don't know.
Ace Bailey. So
Hey,
they're getting a
yeah,
nice little team
it,
together.
was-
Oh,
it,
I'm talking. I got the lineup right
was-
here. Yeah, Keontae George, Ace Bailey. They got CB. I don't even know. I'm not even gonna pronounce that at the 3.
mm,
Lori Marketing and Jaron Jackson at the 5 because Kessler is hurt right now.
that makes them an interesting team because one, I didn't see this trade coming. I don't think anybody did. But
Mm-mm.
if you take so whatever his name is, Savi, what is his name?
So we'll go with Savi.
Savi. If you take him out, you slide marketing down to the 3. You take Jaron Jackson, slide him to the 4, and then you put Kessler Walker there. Now you're looking at a team that's
Mm-hmm.
upside, and now you're looking at a team that's dangerous because not only will that put them in a position to be what I want to say from 6 to 8 seed, maybe,
Agreed. I agree 6 to 8.
yes, but they also have picks. Danny Ainge has collected a lot of picks, and he has also facilitated a lot of trades since he's been there. They have some good
Yeah.
round picks, and I also would not. I wouldn't doubt to see Danny Ainge make some moves with those picks, or move marketing and get some more picks. It's kind of really
I
hard to
mean,
say. I
I
don't
can
know what
see
the
it.
direction that they're going in right now, but
Yeah, me neither.
it's not a bad one. I just don't see I don't see where they're going, but they're not headed down a bad road. I'll say that.
Yeah, but they're not headed down the bad road at all. I mean, I like the lineup. Once you get Kessler back, you put him at the 5. I would actually put Jaron at the 3, leave Marketing at the 4. That's a nice tall lineup, big. Everybody can pretty much shoot threes, grab rebounds. Keontae George just kind of stepped up. Ace Bradley's second year, he'll probably be better. It ain't a bad squad. I'm not sure what they bench look like.
I mean,
That's another thing, but
yeah, but that
6 to 8 in the West, I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, that definitely look on Utah Jazz. Be on that, have them on your radar. There'll be a sneaky team coming out here in a little bit. I'm not sure what their record is or where they stand at right now, but yeah, the dark horse team.
Let's see. What is the Jazz record? We could pull that up real quick.
They'll pull up them.
Uh, the Jazz are currently 13th at 15-35.
Ooh, we won't see
13.
you. We won't see you. You might have to go on a tear for the rest of the season. But like I said, they got a good future ahead of them. They have a lot of draft capital. It seems like Danny Ainge is starting to position this team to probably put their name in the hat. Maybe we're looking at playoffs, first round, maybe, or play in. But yeah, they're definitely on the upcoming.
Yeah, Jazz currently 13th. Grizzlies are currently 11th. So both teams really not going anywhere, making some trades. Now our next trade that we get to involves the Cavs, the Kings, and the Bulls. The Bulls were extremely busy. Let's see if I can find that trade. There we go. So you got Dennis Schroeder, Keontae Ellis going to the Cavs. You got DeAndre Hunter going to the Kings. Dario Saric is to the Bulls with two first future second round picks. How you liking this trade?
The trade was really interesting because I didn't see this one coming. Another one I didn't see because these names have been attached to other teams. For instance, Keon Ellis was supposed to be attached to the Lakers. They wanted to go out and get some point attack defender. I didn't see how that made me also ponder because if they let that go by, and DeAndre was also if they let that go by,
Yep, both of them.
something else is cooking. But for the
Nothing.
Sacramento Kings, they've never been a team where you can just be like, that makes sense, or they're doing a good job. Honestly, I'm telling you, man.
Who
Uh,
knows what they got going? They be making a bunch of questionable moves.
right, Vladi Divac, man. I don't know what they're doing with that, but it's time. I say sell them to Las Vegas. They'll be the Las Vegas Kings because this DeAndre move, and then you still have Russell Westbrook, Zach LaVine, um, Sabonis, and these are names that you're talking about getting rid of, and then you bring DeAndre Hunter in. Well, now you got DeAndre Hunter and Keegan Murray, and maybe they still have something else cooking up on the back end where this trade will make sense. But for the Cavaliers, this is great. You get a backup point guard in Dennis Schroeder, and you get a point of attack in Keon Ellis coming off the bench. Is exactly what they needed, especially when they're trying to set themselves up to go ahead and start that Harden trade for Darius Garland. I like it. The Bulls got themselves under the second tier apron, about 12 to 16 million, probably with that Darko and the future round, two future second rounders. But I also believe the other trade that they made early that we'll possibly get here to in a second with Mike Conley also helped them as well.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, man. I also look for Cleveland also because they're trying to get under the second apron as well, and I think they're going to go ahead and let Lonzo Ball probably go to Charlotte. He has a $10 million team option, which probably won't be explored. It just sucks for him right now because he's been going through injuries, and that's what's really been messing with his play as of late. He has been playing really well, but yeah. So yeah. It's one of those trades where it'll make sense down the line, but for right now, it definitely makes sense for the Cavs. I don't know what the hell the Kings are doing, and the Bulls is looking like they're getting ready to get off some money themselves. So
Yeah, Cavs trying to make moves to further position themselves to be better in the playoffs. The Kings, again, they don't know what they got going. And the Bulls, damn near like the Kings, really don't know what they got going. One minute they got a top team, the next minute they falling off. And and really the Bulls today, they were extremely busy because the next trade we get to is the Bulls, Pistons, and Minnesota make a trade according to Shams. This trade was Detroit receives Kevin Hunter. Dario Saric was traded again, and the Pistons also get the 26 protected first. Minnesota received some tax savings and a roster spot, and Chicago received the once prestigious Purdue player Jaden Ivey and Mike Conley Jr.
Indiana boys.
Both are. My opinion on this trade is Detroit. I like what Detroit is doing. They got another shooter in Kevin Hunter, so we pretty much see
Kevin Huter.
or Huter. Okay. I said Hunter. Huter. Dario Saric, he's a good five that can shoot. They get a first round pick, which is pretty good for them.
I think that.
It looks like Minnesota is going big game hunting here soon,
Mm-hmm.
and Chicago getting Jaden Daniels and Michael Conley and Mike Conley. I
Yeah,
don't know. You got Josh Giddey there already. I mean, it's kind of redundant.
Jaden Ivey will be a two. He'll be a two.
Yeah, what I just meant with the Mike Conley. I mean, I guess he's a backup now, coming off the bench, I would say.
Back up at this point in his career. But Minnesota had to get up off that money, and they looking like they're trying to do something with their situation over there. And they probably got a little bit more money to get off of Rudy Gobert, depending on who would take him. Um, but yeah, man, I don't watch out for the Minnesota. Detroit got Kevin Huter, which I believe is another shooter, real good shooter. Now you have
Yeah.
and Huter. Huter's probably coming off the bench, so you surround around Cade Cunningham. And,
They got Duncan Robinson too, so they got a
let me
couple
tell you,
shooters on that
if
squad.
he's your point guard at six, what is he like 6'7", 6'8"? What is he, 6'7"?
Just about six
Man,
seven, six eight.
yeah. If he collapsed that paint, you got shooters sitting around there. Oh man, I'm telling you, you in for a day. You got them shooters rotating, but I still think Detroit is looking for a move or two. But I wouldn't be surprised if they stand pat and just see how it works out and wait for the off season to make their moves. They want to see
Yeah,
what.
it's a possibility. Detroit is currently first in the East at 36-12. Minnesota is fifth at 31-20. And again, like we said, the Bulls are ninth in that playoff spot at 24-26. So they're kind of in like no man's land.
I just
And
want.
again,
All right.
and then again, we got the last trade of the day so far of the day
Hold on.
was again the
Last trade. Hold on. Keep this here for a second. If
okay.
anybody didn't see the new Ant commercial for Adidas, please go check that out. I only say that because I love some Ant, and I want to see Ant get Giannis on his team. May happen, may not happen, but go ahead and check out that Adidas commercial. I thought it was hilarious how he flamed some of the players that he was playing against. And like I'm
He
saying, man,
did.
look out for Minnesota this trade deadline because they could possibly be a dark horse team to grab somebody if they can. They also have limited assets, so we'll see.
We're gonna get to what that trade offer can look like to get Giannis from Minnesota because it looks like they might just be the dark horse. But the last trade of the day was again the Bulls and the Celtics decided to make a trade, and they finally got Yushevich out of there and traded him to the Celtics and traded Anthony Simons uh to the Bulls. So nice little trade for both. Again, I don't know why the Bulls are so guard heavy. Now that I look, they picked up Simons, Jaden Ivy, and Mike Conley.
Yeah, Mike Conley definitely coming off the bench, so I wouldn't worry about him. But Jaden Ivey can play the two. Anthony Simons can play point. I mean, hell, he was playing point for Celtics. He was playing point for Portland Trailblazers. Um,
I
so
mean, but that's about 4 point or 3 point guard. I can see Mike Conley getting bought out, maybe.
now, yeah, possibly. Now I could see now the Bulls possibly aren't done. So, because they was trying to save money, so they got off of they got off Zubac's, not Zubac, but what's his name? I can't even remember. I keep saying it's Zubac.
Um,
Vujovic. I'm sorry.
Vujovic, yeah, Vujovic.
Vujovic. They got off of his money. He had a big lengthy contract. They got they did take back Mike Collins, but I think Mike Collins might be on his last year. It might be an expiring deal. And if anybody knows anything about trades, teams, Nothing looks better to a team than some expiring contracts where they can get up off of some money. People are in purgatory with this new CBA, so I will see him be. He possibly could get flipped for something else or bought out. The buyout market is going to be big after the trade deadline.
Huge. I could see CP3 getting bought out, Mike Conley, and anybody else that really ain't playing that wants to play on a contender once we start getting to this All Star
And
break. Now, a couple trades, like we said, we want to see a couple rumors. Rather, right now, big rumor that hasn't happened that may happen is James Harden getting traded to the Cavs for a straight up trade of Darius Garland. I love the trade because Donovan Mitchell needs some help out there,
yeah,
and this would help them out tremendously.
yeah, I believe this would be great for them. Like I said, they got Dennis Schroeder coming off the bench now. Uh,
Keon Ellis, yep.
Yeah, Ellis at the attack, so you can really play with that lineup. But also, I see it as Cleveland getting some insurance for Donovan Mitchell because, and
He's been hurt. Mm.
the trade has went through. Darius Garland has just got traded to the LA Clippers as we speak, live, real time. It is 8:06 Eastern Standard, and
Oh
your boy,
wow,
what a great timing by CJ. So, look.
great timing by me. Appreciate it.
Garland to Clippers is good for them, and James Harden, like I was saying, is more like a backup plan, I believe, for Cavaliers because some are believe that Donovan Mitchell, although when he first requested the trade, the Cleveland Cavaliers were not on his team. He wanted to go to New York, and he ended up going to Cleveland. It ended up being a good first year, and the next year they ended up getting just completely annihilated by the Pacers,
Yes, yeah, yeah.
and I
So you heard it here. Oh, I'm sorry, my
like,
bad.
oh no, it's good. I just believe this is a possible chance where they can get James Harden, and if Donovan Mitchell leaves, you got James Harden, and you got these other pieces as well.
Right. Yeah, like we said, reported live. Literally right now, as we're talking about it, James Harden has been traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Darius Garland and a second round pick. So basically, everything that we have on the screen just add a second round pick. Going to what is it? Is going to yeah, the Cleveland Cavs. So yeah, perfect timing.
And
Great
the
trade.
right, good.
Great trade. I mean, I think James Harden, Keon Ellis, who's the other person? Dang, I keep forgetting the other person they
Yeah,
got.
that's
Schroeder.
true.
Uh, Great pickups. They need a couple guards who can take the load, pause off of Donovan Mitchell, and they built out their bench when they didn't really have a bench, especially last year against that series against the Pacers. They was getting towed up because Donovan Mitchell didn't have no help. Nobody was scoring. So if Donovan Mitchell goes out there and gives you 50 like he can, and James Harden comes in here and does what he do, that's an easy 75 points right there. And everybody else could pick up the scraps. So I think it's a good
And
trade.
for anybody that's confused on why would the Clippers do this, well, it's easy, kids.
Yeah, tell them.
He wanted more money. He wanted to stay. He wanted a longer deal. Clippers weren't willing to give him that, and the Clippers are trying to free up some money in the 2027 year. So James got to go where the money's gonna go. I know Cleveland isn't his look or his thing. You wouldn't think he would go somewhere like that, but he follows the money.
Right.
It's up in Cleveland now.
Yeah. And they probably give him another 2 year extension with
Yeah,
some money that's, equal value. And like you said, it's not a place that you think with James Harden would go to, but that bread is up there in Cleveland.
yeah.
And so that's where we've known James Harden to follow the money, regardless of wherever he's been at. He ain't worried about rings too much. He's more worried about his bread. So another guy that's kind of worried about his rings, and maybe if I talk about this, maybe it'll happen too. Where could Giannis go? All right. Right now, it's heavily reported that there are three teams that are in the running for Giannis. That is Minnesota, who we have on your screen. You've got the Golden State Warriors, who also have almost been kind of ruled out because they're a little old, and the Miami Heat. Miami Heat is also looking to add Ja with Giannis. I don't know how they're going to pull that off, but on your screen, we've got the scenario for Giannis to go to Minnesota. It also has Giannis and Bobby Portis going to Minnesota for Julius Randle, Nas Reed, Rob Covington, and another guy I'm not familiar with. You've got the 26th first round pick via the Spurs, a 28th first round pick, top three protected, and another 2030 first round pick from the Spurs. And that leaves you with Dante DiVincenzo and Jay McDaniels, Giannis, and Gobert, which is not a
Ooh,
bad five.
not a bad five, but it's an expensive five. And I'm just not seeing if they did pull off Giannis, I just don't see why they would keep Gobert. I'm not quite sure with that. Something is off, or maybe it's because it's not the third team hasn't been presented. Because I feel like there's going to have to be a third team in this trade, just because Minnesota lacks the assets on draft capital, and they don't want to gut too much of that roster out.
I
But
mean, that's their draft. They got them three first round picks right there 26, 28, 30. You're saying they're not good?
I don't know if some of them are tradable yet. Are they all tradable right now? Because a lot of teams have a lot of firsts that are not, like there's teams like now, like for instance the Lakers, they got one tradable first right now. But if you go into the offseason, they got three. There's other teams that have three that might have
Right.
seven after the season's over with. You know, off season, a lot of teams, their first round draft picks are be activated to be tradable. So, but I got it. My sources tell me that the deal with Giannis, no matter where he goes, will be done by Thursday. Guaranteed. I'm saying.
That's what sources say Thursday. Sources.
Sources say it has to be done by Thursday.
I think it definitely gets done by Thursday. What's today? Tuesday. I think it may even get done tomorrow. I
That's
think maybe they don't even want to wait that long. It can be done tomorrow.
be done in the middle of the night at 1 o'clock in the morning, like they did Luca.
I can see it. And I don't think he goes to the Warriors because they're just an older team. Curry ain't got that many more years left, and they're really not a good team. Like they're
Now,
good
I'm
players,
I'm glad you brought up the Warriors, my boy. I'm glad you
you
brought
know.
because Warriors might not just be off the map yet. You know,
Why so?
if anybody's been tuning in, the Lakers and LeBron James have been seeming to be in a rut, damn near looking like they're on the verge of the end of a relationship. Uh, both sides are damn near done with each other, but
That is true. Sources
I'm,
on I got the sources on that, and that is true.
yeah, and I'm just not quite sure. Is it over now or is it over after the season? But it's over either way, and look out for Golden State to possibly get a LeBron James. And then you could possibly see a Kaminga come to the Lakers, or you could see a Giannis, something in that type. May not be Giannis to LA, but it's something else is cooking because LA has passed up on their on three targets that they have been looking at all this year. Now they may go and they may have shifted their attention somewhere else. I'm starting to hear rumbles of Time Lord uh, Williams
Mhm.
down there in Portland coming back up. He has
Yeah.
18 million left. It's a 1 year thing. So if it didn't work out, you can always say bye, and there goes 18 million off your books. You're free of it. Everybody goes home. But yeah, something's cooking.
Yeah, I actually think I'm not opposed to that. I wanted LeBron to get traded. Really, I feel like that boat has sailed. I wanted that boat to really get going about a year or two ago. It would have made sense. Right now, it don't make sense. Jimmy's hurt, so it doesn't have the same punching power that it would have.
Yeah.
I think he actually goes to Cleveland next year for his last year, if this year is not his last year.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, because Cleveland, look, if Donovan Mitchell doesn't sign, and you still look what Cleveland put themselves, it's very interesting that they put this particular team because look who you're going to have on that team if Donovan Mitchell leaves and LeBron James comes back. for
I
his.
think Donovan Mitchell signs, but I think LeBron definitely signs for a discount. He's not
Oh,
signing
that's
for
what I
for value for retail price.
20 million for 1 year. That's a discount.
Yeah, a major discount. And like I said, I think he goes out his last year, and that's what it'll be. With the
Yeah,
Cavs.
3 mil.
Shoot, 15 to 10. I mean, it's your last hoorah. Not gonna be doing too much. So I mean, we'll see. We got 2 days to see where Giannis goes. And so that's NBA news. We're gonna go ahead and end the show out with boxing, right? We're gonna start off with Keon Davis returned to the ring uh, to fight Jaime Ortiz, and he knocked him out in a
Knocked
12 round
out.
knockout at the very last moment. So let's go ahead and
I
and,
watched.
and watch the knockout here.
Good chopping right hand. That hurt. Yeah, Ortiz.
Ooh,
Down to the body to take a knee again. And they'll stop it with just seconds
I
to
hit
go.
him in that slip.
Keyshawn Davis. Wow.
So there we go with the Keyshawn Davis with the body shot. Went ahead and won him a championship. Coming back in his first fight, and then we have the main event that everybody was worried about. We had the Shakur Stevenson against
Ooh,
Tio Lopez.
that-
Shakur Stevenson defeated Tio via decision in 12 rounds for Lopez's WBO junior welterweight title. Shakur is now a four-time different division champ. As you see here, the percentage of punches landed. Shakur landed 44%, while Tio landed 15%. Shakur won all 3 rounds by the score of 119 to
okay.
109. Now, a lot of people said that they wanted to see this fight to see if Shakur was still boring. I watched the fight. I wouldn't say it was boring. I would say he punched more. They landed more, as y'all can see. 44% of his punches landed. He pretty much, also as you see on the top picture, he messed up Tio's face pretty well. So
Yeah, that boy
um,
bumper on this shit.
I don't think this is a fight that will make him break out and be like,
Was
everybody will want to fight him or
he
bring the
was
big
more
money
aggressive.
fighters.
He was definitely more aggressive. That made it interesting. He seemed a little bit more once he filled him out, man, it was over. And it wasn't his most traditional all defense standoffish. It was
Yeah.
he attacked a little bit more. He was more methodical. He showed people he was definitely trying to get. He definitely was putting on a clinic, man. I liked it. It definitely made me want to see another fight from him because the fights that I was seeing from him, it was a snooze fest. So, but shout out to Shakur though for he once again he put everybody on hush mode.
Shaq Shakur moved up a weight class to 140. He said that he is going to move back down to 135, which I felt like he had more power at 140. I felt like he looked different. He looked bigger than T.O. He looked like the better fighter. I kind of like him at 140. To go down to 135 and 130, I feel like ain't really the play. There's also really not too many fighters down that way. But he's a champion. They got to go through him now.
Yeah,
He called out Connor Ben. Don't know if that fight will happen.
I think it will.
Javon,
That's the guy with the blonde hair, right?
yep, yep,
Yeah, he was out in the crowd. He came in the crowd. He told him he wasn't ready. He said, "I'm ready for you." They said, "Well, get the paperwork." So hopefully we can.
yeah. But Shakur wants a rehydration clause just because Connor Ben is a little bit bigger than Shakur, which is also another thing. A lot of people feel like because Connor Ben is bigger than Shakur, that might not be the greatest fight. But we'll see. Javante Davis is in legal trouble, so he's not available. Lamont Roach is coming off 2 draw fights, so it's not really too clear who he could face next. They say Devin Haney, but Devin Haney got a fight coming up in a couple months. Ryan Garcia fights 2 weeks from now, so we'll get a little bit of a clearer picture on the fighting realm here in a few weeks.
For sure.
or months rather. So good fight, undefeated still. Still kind of boring, but we'll mess with it. We'll take it for now. All right, so we appreciate y'all coming out and watching another episode of the ShoeBox Podcast. We'll do better, dropping episodes. Life happens. We've been a little MIA, but we'll be back. We're gonna give y'all updates with the Super Bowl when it happens, right? And
Yeah.
so again, thank y'all for watching, and always remember, peace.